this bus is almost 30 years old, and it's a relatively new bus for us because our last one was 14 years older. So we've always run buses that were really beat up and old. I mean, that's the only way we could afford them. These buses, I think, are $250,000 or more if you buy them new. And then once they get 20 years old or more, then the companies don't want to run them because they break down so much, and then the resale value just plummets. And that's when we come and snatch them up. And we assume the risk of like all these little breakdowns, hoses bursting or belts breaking or tires, or we've had wheels come off of our bus. And then we've had a handful of things that were just totally our fault, or just a poor judgment, like Jack was just describing. We were, I think, in the Anaheim, California Angels or something.
Right. I was driving the bus, and I remember Nikki, who is Jack's daughter, married to Chris Kleinberg, who was at that time the guitarist of the band, said, "Just go through here, just drive across. We'll be fine," because we couldn't figure out a way to get out of this parking lot.
They had closed the gates.
It was late at night.
Yeah,
everywhere you went, it was just, oh man, blocked, blocked. Can't get out. So finally, Nikki's just like, "Just drive over." I'm like, all right. I was out of ideas myself, and we just got into this like grassy patch, and the wheels are just spinning, nothing's happening, and we're just sinking in. And then it was just like, we probably spent about 2 hours.
And of course, we get out and try to push.
Yeah.
You know, like that's going to do any good. You know, the sprinklers are going, and we're trying to push it and going nowhere. We had to have a tow truck.
So it was just muddier than we. I mean, it was Southern California, so we didn't really think there was rain or mud or anything, but there's sprinklers came up. We just weren't thinking about that, and we were stuck in the mud, and we just were putting cardboard under the tires to try to, or whatever we could find to have the wheels catch to something and just get us going. And by 2 or 3 hours into the whole process, we just kind of threw our hands up and called a tow truck, and we got pulled out by a wrecker.
The extreme temperatures are memorable and miserable. Like in driving through Arizona in the summer, and our engine shuts off. We have a engine shut off. A temperature shuts off around 210 degrees, and the engine just shuts off right on the highway. And sometimes you're pulling a grade, and there's trucks around you, and all of a sudden your engine is dead. And that are terrible experiences. And what am I going to do? And it's dangerous.
One time we were in a cattle chute. It was, what I mean by that is just one lane, because there was construction projects going on, and we were pulling a hill or something in really hot temperatures, and we overheated, and there was nowhere for our cars to go behind us, and that was like a miracle, because there was traffic for like a quarter mile backed up behind us while we're just scrambling, because you can't get through. It's one lane, and we couldn't back up because there was nothing but traffic. It would have been like one of those things where if we were to break down and not get the bus started again, they would have had to have gone to the next exit with a tow truck and have that tow truck reverse to us and take us out. So meanwhile, we all know that's what's in the future if we can't get and while we're waiting, we're stopping all the traffic. Everybody behind us is stopped. Luckily, we got onto this like crazy train of like, pass the water, and we just kept pouring water into the radiator, and it was just a miracle. It just started up, and we got down the road. It actually didn't take us that long. It was really scary though.
We used to break down a lot more when we ran vegetable oil, because we'd get our fuel from dumpsters, and they'd be dirty, and we'd clog up the filters and all kinds of difficulties. But ever since we got rid of that grease tank, it's been a little bit more dependable, but this bus has had a rough stretch. Looking back, I can't say for sure that I would buy this same bus again if I had to do over, just because we've had more breakdowns with this bus, all things considered, than we had with the previous one running diesel. But you don't have a crystal ball, so we went and test drove a few buses, and this seemed like the best one. I got it inspected. It looked like it was in good shape, but gosh, breaking down is just a regular part of the tour. And a lot of times somebody asks me, how's the tour going? And my first answer has to do with how well the bus is running. Because I just, as our manager mentioned to you before you started shooting it, a few of us take it really personally. I mean, that's probably especially me and Jack.
I take it personally.
Yeah, given that I picked out the bus, and Jack does the most to maintain it. So when something goes wrong, we kind of feel responsible in a way, like, oh, if only I had done X, maybe this wouldn't have happened.
I have a saying I like to say: the bus is the most fussy band member. And when the bus is not running good, it makes everybody's life miserable. And when the bus is running good, we're all happy.